Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hari ini kami ingin membentangkan tajuk assignment kami iaitu Instruction, Processing, Story Result. Dalam kumpulan kami mempunyai 5 ahli kumpulan, iaitu saya sendiri Muhammad Rafi bin Zulkifli, yang kedua Nur Syuhada binti Osman, yang ketiga Nur Alisha binti Mahmudin, yang keempat Muhammad Safwan bin Ibrahim, dan yang kelima ialah Izzuddin bin Mali. Okay. Introduction. The central idea in the brain human model of computer processing is that the program and data are both stored as sequences of within the computer's memory, and the program is executed one instruction at a time under the direction of the control unit. Phase of instruction processing. And we are discussing for story result.
Before we go to the result, I will discuss about instruction. What is instruction? Instruction cycle is the back operational process of a computer. It is a process by which a computer retrieves a program instruction from its memory, determines what action the instruction dictates, and carries out those actions. This cycle is repeated continuously by a computer central processing unit that's called CPU from boot up to when the computer is shut down. Next, in simpler CPU, the instruction cycle is executed sequentially, each instruction being processed before the next one is started. In most modern CPU, the instruction cycles are instead executed concurrently and often in parallel through an instruction pipeline. In next instruction start being processed before the previous instruction has finished, which is possible because the cycle is broken up into separate steps.
After instruction, we talk about components. We have 7 components. First, program counter (PC), an incrementing counter that keeps track of the memory address of the instruction that is to be executed next. In other words, hold the address of the instruction to be executed next. Memory Address Register (MAR) hold the address of a block of memory for reading from or writing to. Memory Data Register (MDR), a two-way register that holds data fetched from memory or data writing to be stored memory. Instruction Register (IR), a temporary holding ground for the instruction that has just been fetched from memory. Control Unit (CU) decode the program instruction in the IR, selecting machine resource such as a data resource register and a particular arithmetic operation, and coordinates activation for those resources. Arithmetic Logic Unit (ALU) perform mathematically and logical operation. Last, Floating Point Unit (FPU) perform floating point operation.
Now we talk about story result. The final phase of an instruction's execution. The result is written to its desired destination. Once the 6th phase in the result has been complete, complete. The control unit begins a new instruction cycle, starting from the top, the fetch phase. Since the PC was updated during the previous instruction cycle, it contains at the point the address of the instruction stop in the next sequential memory location. The next sequential instruction is fetch next. Processing continues in the way until something breaks the sequential flow.
So example 1 is example of Intel x86 instruction that require all phase of an instruction cycle. All instruction require the first two phase, fetch and decode. This instruction used to EAX register to calculate the address of a memory location, evaluate address. The content of that memory location are then read fetch operand added to the content of the EDX register that's execute, and the result written into the memory location that originally contain the first source operand store result. So next example is the LC ADD LDR instruction to do not requires all seed phase. In particular, the ADD instruction does not require an evaluate address phase. The LDR instruction does not require all execute phase.